Hi, Pat Doherty here at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Today we're going to look at Topps Serve Arsenal. Now Topps, 10 years old, about to turn 11 next month. He's won the Little Mo International a few times, one of the best 10-year-olds in the world, and certainly his serve is one of his strengths. Just giving you a look here at what it looks like now. Some of the qualities I really like about this is how much his chest aims up towards contact right there. And that allows him to really have a wide open workspace for all the different types of serves that we want to have. We didn't jump right to this. It wasn't built by trying to emulate a top professional. I actually took Top through the cylinder drill for a long time, where he had to stand and just hit without losing balance, focusing on the timing of toss, hit, good shoulder rotation, and great balance. Again, the benefit of the cylinder is to teach players how to get rid of unwanted movements. It makes them discipline and take charge and control of every body part in order to stay in that cylinder. Probably the best power they've ever felt, because they're not wasting power in all these useless movements that tend to get built in, all the style. Now, the next stage in progressing him into this variation of technique where he's stretching into the hip this way so the hip flexors allow him to snap like a pole vaulter's pole does. But to get the feeling of that, we preset the position. We actually had him start in that position there. Initially, he was very stiff in that position, but over time, he's really tapped into the flexibility of it. So we're getting rid of all this so it's easy for him to focus on getting this right. And we didn't want this. We want the hip flexors right here in the front. If you go straight up from the knee, right at where the hip joint is, we want that part stretching over the toes. His shoulder blades get nice and close to the ground right there. You see a real exaggerated chest aimed up, able to start introducing with great success the slice and the kick into his arsenal and the top spin. Very good top spin. What takes the most amount of time is for them to learn how to snap from there. So when we started working on the snap, I put him in that preset and held his arm, now straighten the body up. And this little action here really teaches him that snap and the feel of that snapping action. And he's just in the last few weeks, he's starting to really get that hip snap to get active. You can see his stance is pretty face on. He brings the back foot up just to the tip of the shoe. That keeps him from putting too much weight on it. It's very retro looking as well. So he's getting nice snap action out of that hip, getting up off the ground, not by jumping, but by snapping energy up towards the ball. He's got other things. What we want him to understand at this stage is that you can't live just on a diet of flat serves all the time. Before a few games go by, the returners lock in on that rhythm and tempo of your serve and really start doing some damage. And he can't really blow it through the court fast enough to get a lot of aces right now anyway on the flat. So we're mixing it up with slices and kicks to really expand the range of coverage for the returner by tapping into the parts of the court that most 10-year-olds don't go after, and that's up the sidelines. Let's show them your slice, Top. There's great movement on this. He's throwing that edge at the ball right now. Beautiful. Use that. Slice wide, look for the ball down the middle, take the next ball to the other corner, and a point. One of the things that I'll use a lot for this is the ball tube. And when I want him to be working on his slice and getting good head speed, I'll hold it right here and have him hit up on the tube as hard as he wants. And that gets him the feel of really almost chopping this down like it's a tree limb and he's got a hatchet in his hand. And that's the line of attack, and he's getting really good at getting quick head speed here. Now when we go to the top spin, I'm going to move it to this position and have him hit straight up on the bottom side of it. And in the setup of this, again, look how much his chest is aiming up and his shoulder blades are back down low to the court. And that's how his top spin needs to work. He needs a full shoulder turn and the chest to lay down to be able to hit up on that. There we go. Nice little action and hop on that ball. Very good topspin. Nicely done. Now with this one, to do the kick serve, it's a strange deal because I'm going to have him try to get inside the court with the racket and the shoulder and a little bit of lean. So this is why the balance of that set to launch position is so important. He's going to be right on the edge of it. And it's going to feel like he's almost coming back, hitting that way on the tube. And that action there gives him a chance to hit up the inside edge slightly on the ball. If you can hit topspin serves like he can, you can hit kick. It's just a little bit more on the inside edge. So with this much variety to work with, he's able to keep his first serve percentage very high. This is great for attacking the backhand out here and getting the same thing going that he was getting on the deuce side. Nice loop on that trajectory of the ball too, so it can get up and over the net and back down quickly. Nicely done. So as you can see, you put the time in, which he does. We work about a half hour a day, 5 days a week on this and have for about 2 years on just the serve, and then we go on to other things. I work on the serve first because I want him fresh. I want him to realize this is a priority and not to put it to the end of practice all the time like most programs do. So again, start in progressions. Work with the cylinder. You can go to the preset to get them used to the snap action. Then have them incorporate the take back and all that. And given time, if you take your time through those progressions, you can get to this point very quickly. It starts to accelerate real quick because the child knows how their body's positioned. They have a good sense and feel over what their body parts are doing at any point in time. And that's, again, the big value of that cylinder to start with. So keep an eye out for this guy. He's going to be something in a few years. Thanks, Top.